impressions? How has it maybe gotten better this summer?
Yeah, I mean, obviously first day out today. There's gonna be some rust and some good times, bad times, and I feel like it was a decent day. A lot of stuff still to improve on, especially on our side of the ball. And I thought the defense had a good day today.
Everybody's gonna have their eyes on receiver because they know kind of need somebody to emerge, right? And you got X and guys that have some experience. But do you talk to receivers much about that, like trying to take the pressure off of them, or do you like this? Hey, somebody's got to emerge thing, pushing them.
Yeah, we got to push them, you know. I mean, we got to find who those guys are going to be. I mean, there's plenty of guys that will be able to do it. We just don't know who it's going to be yet. So I'm excited to see who that's going to be.
This time last year, you're starting fall camp. You were the second string behind Derek King. Does it feel any different this year, knowing you're the guy, you're the starter?
Yeah, I mean, it's different, but at the same time, just go to work and do what I got to do. This year I'm getting reps with the ones, and being that leader, it's a different role, and I just had to embrace that. But it's still football, same thing, you know. So.
Has there been any big adjustment you have to make with being more vocal or anything like that?
Yeah, obviously, being a backup, you're not as vocal as you are going to be as a starter. So yeah, it's definitely a big adjustment, especially for someone like me who's a more quieter guy. But I feel like I stepped into that role pretty well.
Tyler, was fall just like spring, pretty much? Did you know exactly what to expect today?
Yeah, it's same type of practice.
Right.
Obviously, we got a whole summer under our belt, getting stronger and faster, and with the conditioning we've done. So we're not trying to start where we started in spring. We're trying to where we left off in spring and try to carry that on. So I thought we did that, and obviously we still have to improve.
Is the season a lot closer than anybody thinks?
Yeah, it is a lot. I mean, it's 29 days. It's almost 3.5 weeks. It's pretty close. 4 weeks. So it's pretty close. It's moving fast.
Color, you guys have a lot of guys at receiver, but not a lot of guys that have really emerged and proven themselves as, I guess you could use the word dudes or whatever you want to use. How much urgency is there now with 29 days to go? Do you see it amongst those guys for one or two of them to rise up and kind of establish themselves a little bit?
Yeah, like I said before, I mean, someone's going to do it, and I'm not worried about who it's going to be. I mean, we have plenty of guys who are capable of it, and I mean, you got Keyshawn, Mello, Frank, Mike Redding out there, Colby coming in. I mean, a bunch of guys that have the capabilities of doing it, and it's all about knowing your responsibilities, knowing the plays, knowing where to line up too. It's not just about, oh yeah, he's 6'3", 200, 4'4" freak, you know. So you got to have every little detail and knowing what to do.
Mario mentioned earlier that no one's wearing number 1 this year, no one's wearing number 26. Kind of like he said, players have to earn those numbers. What do you think the players should have to do to earn one of those special numbers, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, that's the first time I heard of that. So I mean, I guess just work hard and do what you got to do to do it. I mean, we're not really focused on what the numbers are going to be and all that. We're just focused on winning. So.
Coach Gaddis, I think, said the other day that you guys did about 70 or 80% install, I think, in the springtime, and I guess maybe the first 2 weeks, kind of finishing that, just the progress and how comfortable you think everybody actually is and what you can watch from you guys.
Yeah, we definitely feel more comfortable with that 70-80% install, and we haven't really put that 20% in yet. So we're just trying to get our base plays down, try to get them right, and make them almost perfect before we put in the extra stuff. And, I'm excited to see what he has in that extra 20%.
Is it almost a good thing in a way? I mean, you guys started with Alabama last year, and that was a juggernaut to have maybe an FCS opponent week 1 to maybe work out the kinks.
I mean, yeah, I'm not really too much worried who we play. I mean, every opponent's still another team. We still have to go out and show out and do our best, bring our A game. So I'm not really too worried about how much we play. So.
Any initial impressions about Colby Young and Isaiah Hornet coming in the summer?
Yeah, I mean, they're good players. I mean, Colby's a big freak athlete, has great ball skills for a big guy like that. He can move too, so I'm excited to see what he can do. And Isaiah, he's good. I mean, as you guys know, he's a freshman, and I think he's going to have a lot of potential. He still has a lot of stuff to work on. Obviously, he's a freshman, but he's going to be a good player.
Tyler, did the defense look a little different to you? They added a bunch of guys over the summer.
About the defense?
Defense
Looking
added
different.
players since the spring ball.
Yeah.
Different look for them.
Yeah, I mean they're running their base stuff today, and they brought some blitzes, and it looks a lot different, you know, disguising. And I mean it's good for me and all the other quarterbacks to really recognize what they're trying to do for practice against other opponents that we're going to play later. So.
Ja'Cory Brown, have you taken him under your wing? Obviously, his first fall practice. Just on a couple of throws I saw, but obviously getting used to it. What advice do you have for him, and how have you helped him get accustomed?
Yeah, I mean, Ja'Cory's going to be a good player. For him, he just has to throw the ball and not think about it and just let it rip. I had those struggles when I came in a little bit, even sometimes last year in the beginning of the year. So, for him, it's just being poised and just not thinking about it and just letting the ball rip.
Anything else for Tyler? Great. Thanks, Tyler.
Thank you.